Good afternoon. My name is Leslie Willey, and I'm the Vice President for Academic Affairs. And it's my great pleasure to welcome you to the Stephens College 2021 Honors Convocation. We're going to do Convocation a little bit different this year. We wanted to find a way that we could safely still celebrate together. So we on campus are spread across all in rooms all across campus. Some of us are in the ballroom, others are in the playhouse, Windsor Auditorium, classrooms, and other locations that allow ample social distancing. And we're also welcoming many of you from your homes. So even though we might be physically apart, we are all able to celebrate together. Today is one of my favorite days at Stephens, as we get to recognize and celebrate the accomplishments of our students. And this year, we also have the privilege of honoring our distinguished alumni. I'm so pleased our alums are able to join us today. It's truly special when all of our Stephens family can come together. I would like to begin by recognizing all of our students. It's been a crazy, wild year, yet through it all, you have persisted. You have choreographed, performed, managed, designed, researched, written, directed, analyzed, marketed, filmed, taught, solved, and trained, oftentimes under extremely challenging circumstances. Your efforts and work, all of it, deserve praise and acknowledgement. I'm confident that you are more than well prepared to meet the challenges the world ahead of you presents, just as many Stephens women have done before you. I wish to congratulate you on your remarkable achievements. To our alumni, thank you for joining us today. And especially, thank you for being such strong leaders, mentors, and role models. We are in awe of your accomplishments and grateful for your support of our current and future students. You truly do make a difference. I would also like to take this opportunity to recognize the achievements and leadership of our dedicated faculty and dean. Stephens College is fortunate to have a truly remarkable and talented faculty who care deeply about student success and work diligently to help students dream up and accomplish their goals. I have seen unwavering dedication by our faculty and dean this year, and I am pleased that we will recognize and celebrate their talents and service on this day as well. Our first recognition today is of those persons receiving academic honors and attaining membership in honor societies. All of these students are listed in the program. I'd like to start by recognizing those persons named to the Dean's List. Students with high honors received a 3.8 to 4.0 grade point average. Students with honors receive a 3.6 to 3.79 grade point average. Congratulations to each of you. The Pinnacle Honor Society is a national honor society that formally recognizes non-traditional students for their achievements. These students will be recognized at commencement by wearing red honor cords. Psi Chi, an international honor society in psychology, and Phi Theta Kappa is the International Society of two-year colleges and academic programs. Sigma Tau Delta is the International English Honor Society. Sigma Eta Rho is the National Health Sciences Honor Society. And Tri Beta is the National Biological Honor Society. Sincere congratulations to all of these scholars. I would now like to introduce Steph Borkland, Associate Professor, Digital Film in the School of Arts and Humanities.
Okay. Okay. Hello. It is my pleasure to be here today to present the awards on behalf of the Digital Filmmaking Program. Our first award is the Max Ornell's Guiding Light Award, also known as the Max. This award is given to a film student that embodies two of our 10 ideals: support and leadership. This student is all about unity within the program, and she puts as much care into others' ideas and projects as she does into her own. She is a friend, an ally, and someone you want on your team. She understands that when one Stephens woman succeeds, they all succeed together. And when another Stevens woman stumbles, she rushes in to help. This year, the Max Award goes to none other than Kayla Mize. Kayla, wherever you are, stand up. Awesome. Okay. Our second award, we have two. Our second award is the Citizen Jane Award. And this award celebrates a student that embodies both independence and creativity. The Citizen Jane Award is given to a film student that uses her creative designs and her voice to help other women share theirs. This year's recipient has been active on campus and in the community since her arrival here at Stevens. She has ambitiously pursued a dual degree in graphic design and digital filmmaking while participating in Creative Inc. This year's Citizen Jane Award goes to Parker. Parker, stand wherever you are. Okay, very good. So now I would like to introduce Sean Klaus for education.
Maybe, does that work? That? Okay, there we go. Hi. Sorry. For those of you who don't know me, I'm the chair of the education program, and we have four, is that right? 4 awards, maybe 5, I can't count. So our first award is the award that we give from our children's school that is voted on the teachers from the children's school at Stevens College. If you're not aware of our program, we do have a lab school here. Done things a little differently this year. We've broken up our lab school. And this year, we awarded it to Grace Tillett. She's a recipient this year. Our second award goes to our promising education major. This is generally a student that's in the first year or the sophomore year of their program, and we are awarding it to Allison Ainsley. And then we have our Outstanding Junior in Education Awards. These are our students that are in their junior year, obviously, and it's for excellence in their academics and service. It's to Carly Hartle and Maya Middleton. And then our Outstanding Senior in Education, we're awarding to Rachel Perkins. And then finally, our Distinguished Education Major Award goes to Ivory Sheichels. And now I'd like to introduce Dr. Kate Bernstein-Kogut from English and Creative Writing.
Good afternoon. I'm Kate Bernstein-Kogut, and the English Creative Writing Outstanding Senior Award is presented to a student who continually pushes their comfort zone, both academically and artistically. This year, it is a pleasure to present the award to a student who goes above and beyond, both inside and outside of the classroom. Congratulations to Natia Compton. The Women's Studies Award is named for Jane Addams, a feminist for whom service was at the forefront of what feminism looked like. This year, for both her tireless work on the Red Box Project and her steadfast, supportive, and collaborative nature that exemplifies the feminist spirit, the 2021 Jane Addams Women's Study Award is presented to Randy Cooper. And next up, I would like to present Dr. James Terry.
Thank you, Kate. I've been asked to present the awards for the Event and Convention Management Program and the Communication Design Program. If that's confusing you, many of you know I don't teach in those programs, but I have had a wonderful opportunity this year to help out with academic advising. And the nicest part of that was to reconnect to two very outstanding students. The Outstanding Event and Convention Management Award this year goes to Amanda Debevec. And the Outstanding Communication Design student, Alasia Taylor. And I get to introduce the next group. I think this is what's called a mixed quartet. Darren Gibson, Pam Ellsworth-Smith, Mike Burke, and Jen Hemphill.
Hello, everyone. With one eye on the rigor of their physical work and the other on making meaningful connections to their humanity and artistic voice, this young woman has shown an inspiring thirst for learning, joy of discovery, and infectious zeal for her dance education. In a year plagued with change and disappointment, she rose to the challenges and created opportunities of learning with an authentic curiosity, enthusiasm, and earnestness that we recognize as the cornerstone of a dancer's development and characteristic of a Stevens woman. This year's Heart of a Dancer Award is presented to Alexis Cross Tunley.
I'm Pamela Ellsworth-Smith, and I am on the voice faculty here at Stevens College. Get my glasses. So, creativity, grit, courage, endurance. These words describe this next award recipient. Her passion for music has carried her through many, many challenges as she has persevered to achieve her goals. She has performed operatic roles in the Pirates of Penzance and Verdi's Falstaff with the University of Missouri Show Me Opera. She has also played roles in Stevens College musical theater productions of Pippin and Leader of the Pack, as well as being a featured singer in the Great American Songbook and a member of the Velvetones. Her senior capstone voice recital will be presented on May 1st, and the program is to include classical, musical theater, jazz, and original compositions. She is a stellar student, and it has been a pleasure to be one of her mentors. It is my honor to present the Outstanding Vocal Performance Award to Ariana Neal. Now the king of all technical theater, Mike Burke.
Good afternoon. I'm really happy to be here. I've been fortunate enough. This is my 35th Stevens reunion from my graduation in 1986. So I've been around a lot of technical theater and design students over those years. I've been fortunate to do that. And so it was a really tough decision for us. And the faculty's decided that for our Outstanding Technical Theater Student Award goes to Mariah Lindsay.
Good afternoon. I'm Jennifer Hemphill, the program chair at BFA Acting and Musical Theater, and it is my pleasure to introduce the final 3 Performing Arts Awards for this year. The first one is Outstanding Musical Theater Student. This student is a triple threat through and through. They have a work ethic to match. Their academics are through the roof, and they're just an overall good human. This year's recipient of the Musical Theater Award goes to Ella Witt. Our next award goes to the Outstanding Acting Student. This student has great ownership of text from comedic to contemporary to Shakespearean. They are truly a young person who knows how to rally the troops. They're always invested in the program before themselves and in their peers before themselves. They are giving, they are talented, and they have their own stamp that they put on everything that they do. This year's recipient of the Outstanding Acting Student Award goes to Melanie Moody. Our final award is the Sarah Ann Fay Award. This goes to the student who represents or who excels in the department at large on the whole. It was a very tough decision, but this is a student who excels in the technical side. They excel in dance, in voice, in acting. They are participatory on campus and in the program, always, always ready and willing to lend a hand and to help their peers. I don't think the student sleeps because they practice so much. And there is no task too big or too small for them to take on. So the Sarah Ann Fay Departmental Award for Outstanding Student in the Department goes to Riley McGregor. I'd now like to introduce Stephanie Carlo from Fashion.
Good afternoon. My name is Stephanie Carlo, and I am the chair of the fashion programs. I'm proud to celebrate the scholarship and achievement of students at Stevens College. The fashion program, or the House of Fashion, as we like to call it, is home of 4 amazing majors: fashion design and product development, fashion marketing and management, fashion communication, and apparel studies. Today, we want to celebrate students that have gone above and beyond with their work. Talent, but most important, creativity. The fashion programs will honor 8 students who have exhibited drive, ambition, and focus toward their goals. Additionally, they contribute leadership and involvement in their respective programs at Stevens College. Now, the Outstanding Upperclassmen Award goes to, for fashion design and product development, Kate Kitchell. For fashion communication, Hannah Keek. For fashion marketing and management, Gillian Sanchez. For apparel studies, Margaret Larson. Now the Outstanding Underclassmen Award goes to fashion design and product development, Juliet Forhen. Fashion communication, Ryan Jenkins LeFleur. Fashion marketing and management, Zoe Miller. In apparel studies, Essie Greenlees. Congratulations to each of you. Please welcome Dr. Julia Moffitt, Dean of the School of Health Sciences.
Good afternoon. It's my pleasure to present the award for the Outstanding Integrative Human Biology Major Award. The recipient of this award, chosen by the faculty, goes to an outstanding undergraduate student majoring in integrative human biology who excels in their ability to recognize, appreciate, and understand factors that impact human health and disease from multiple disciplinary perspectives. This award is given to a student who shows outstanding academic and interpersonal aptitude in the classroom, laboratory, and beyond. This year's award goes to Cassidy Philippak. Please welcome Dr. Brandon Moore, Associate Professor of Health Sciences, to the podium.
Thank you, Dean Buffett. So it's my honor to present the Outstanding Biology Student Award. The recipient of the Outstanding Biology Student Award is determined by the faculty of the biology program This award is meant to honor a student who epitomizes the ideal biology undergraduate student who demonstrates excellent understanding and drive in all aspects of coursework, seeks a deeper comprehension of biology, and shows strong collaboratory skills with their colleagues. This award this year goes to Amanda Kuroka. I'm going to invite back to the stage Dean Moffitt, Dr. Moffitt, Dean of Health Sciences. I'm presenting the award for Dr. Mary Amanda Haskins, who's with our students over in Windsor Auditorium right now, for the award for Outstanding Health Science Major Award. The recipient of this award, chosen by the faculty, goes to an outstanding undergraduate student majoring in health science, who excels in their understanding of the relationship between physical, mental, and environmental health. This student achieves excellence not only in their grasp of disease etiology and progression, but displays empathy with an appreciation for its role in quality of life as well. This award is given to a student who is currently engaging in research with hopes of helping her fellow peers on campus. This year's award goes to Bo Lucas. Please welcome Dr. Krina Monsat, Assistant Professor, Psychology, to the podium.
Hello, everyone. I have the privilege of presenting 2 awards on behalf of the Psychology Department. So the first award is the Outstanding Senior Psychology Award, and it goes to a psychology student whose academic performance and interest in research, along with her, joyfulness, kindness, and just plain positivity, has impressed everyone around her and made her a pleasure to work with and be around. And I have no doubt that as she leaves Stevens, she will continue to impress and inspire everyone around her. So the winner of the Outstanding Senior Psychology Award goes to Katie Ritchie. We will miss you. And the second award is the Outstanding Rising Psychology, a Student in Psychology Award. And this award goes to a psychology student whose intellect and passion for psychology and just learning overall has impressed us from day one when she entered our classroom. She's been thriving ever since, and we cannot wait to see what the future has in store for her. And we're just happy and lucky to be part of it. This outstanding, excuse me, a little nervous. So the Outstanding Rising Student in Psychology Award goes to Taylor Smith. Congratulations. So I would like to introduce on stage Sarah Lindy Patel from the Equestrian.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the Equestrian Program, I am honored to present the Shirley Drew Hardwick Award. Mrs. Hardwick was the Director of Horsemanship at Stevens College from 1947 to 1980. During her 33 years as director, she put in many long days teaching, judging, coaching at horse shows, and finding horses that would enhance student experiences. Mrs. Hardwick is credited with developing the Stevens course of equine study that evolved into a national premier college level program. Through her hard work and dedication to the program, the Equestrian Center set the standard for equine studies across the country. Her dedication to her students and the horses went beyond just teaching the skill of riding. She inspired her students in showing them that they were more than just horse-crazy young women, but that they could turn that love of the horse into a rewarding career. During her time at Stevens College, she showed through example what it meant to be a true horsewoman by putting the horse first and instilling in her students the dedication and determination to be an exemplary equestrian, and emphasized that there was always more to an equestrian than just riding. Each year, the equine program selects a student that has shown many of the qualities that Mrs. Hardwick possessed through her dedication to putting the care of the horse first and always stepping up when a horse or a student needed extra guidance. It is our pleasure to present the Shirley Drew Hardwick Award to Catherine Kleinpeter. Please welcome Dr. Daniel Kissinger, Associate Professor and Program Director, Counseling, to the podium.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the counseling program, I'm proud to announce 2 awards: Outstanding Student in the Clinical Mental Health Concentration Area and Outstanding Student in the School Counseling Area. The recipients of both of these awards have consistently demonstrated high academic achievement and a commitment to optimizing the well-being of a diverse range of students under their direct and indirect care, actions which epitomize the core values and aims of the counseling profession. In the clinical mental health area, the Outstanding Student of the Year is Haley Smith. And in our school counseling concentration area, the Outstanding Student of the Year is Amy Lamb. I'd like to please welcome Emily Huckla from Physician Assistant Studies Program.
Hello, my name is Emily Huckla. I am a certified physician assistant and the director of the clinical education for the Masters of Physician Assistant Studies program. On behalf of the Stevens College Physician Assistant Program, faculty and staff, we would like to recognize Miss Taylor Edwards and present her with the Physician Assistant Service Award. Taylor has been an active and vocal student representative in the Missouri Academy of Physician Assistant, or MOAPA. Taylor cannot be here with us today because she is currently participating in her 6-week surgery rotation and diligently studying for her surgical examination and national boards. Thank you, Taylor, for your service and dedication to the program and the profession. Next, please welcome to the stage Dr. Diane Lynch, President of Stevens College.
Thank you, Emily. Good afternoon. For more than 60 years, Stevens has proudly honored those in her alumni community who have excelled in pursuing their dreams, achieving their goals, and contributing to the communities around them. In short, as Stevens women do, defining success on their own terms. This is, of course, a year of firsts for all of us, everywhere. First, we are this year presenting 4 awards to honor exceptional Stevens alumni. It's going to be my honor this afternoon to present the Outstanding Alumni Achievement Award and the Outstanding Alumni Service Award for 2020, because as you will recall, what we were doing a year ago at this time, sadly, was not this. And we were not also having our alumni reunion. But I also will be presenting both of those high honors to 2 very special alumni for 2021. Twice the honors, twice the number of amazing Stevens women to celebrate. Second, this is the first time we have presented our Outstanding Alumni Awards during our Academic Honors Convocation, which is also scheduled during Alumni Reunion. I really encourage you to get online and to say hello to some of our extraordinary, outstanding alumni who are joining us for this special couple of days. We did this time to share these special moments of our campus pride, all these special moments where we celebrate the extraordinary achievements of our incredible students, and to give our students the opportunity to really begin to understand close up, firsthand, the powerful sisterhood of exceptional women of which they are now a part. The 4 women we will honor specifically today are exemplars of what it means to be a Stevens woman, and they represent the thousands of other Stevens alumni who are creating change, forging their own paths, and serving as a source of social good. It's my honor to introduce them, beginning with, drumroll, the Alumni Achievement Award for 2020. The Alumni Achievement Award is really one of the highest honors bestowed by Stevens College. It recognizes extraordinary intellect, innovation, and achievement all of which are the hallmarks of what it means to be a Stevens alumna. I am so proud to present the 2020 Alumni Achievement Award to Jen Svergic, class of 1990. Oh, wrong one. Wrong one. That's Carol.
Hello.
Jen?
Hello, Diane. Can you hear me?
Okay. There she is. Hi, Jen.
Hello. Hello,
This is Jen.
everyone.
Jen is joining us from her home on the banks of Lake Geneva in Switzerland. And who wants to go visit Jen? Right. She lives where she lives with her husband and her beagle. What time is it there, Jen?
I will tell you, it is 10:30
Can't hear you.
night.
It's okay. I'm going to talk about you for a few minutes. Let me
Okay.
tell you a little bit about her. Jen was raised in Houston, Texas, and came to Stevens to earn a Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration, graduating in 1990. Because Stevens clearly instilled in her a passion for learning, she promptly went on to earn another Bachelor of Arts and a Master's in the History of Art and Architecture from the University of Cambridge, where she also completed the Women's Leadership Development Program at the University of Oxford Business School. While a student here at Stevens, Jen was a member of the Alumni Association Board, a club officer, a Stevens Scholar, a volunteer for the Office of Study Abroad, and a member of Kappa Alpha Phi sorority. At Cambridge, she was president of the College Rowing Club and a member of the Mayball Leadership Committee. She's always been one of those women who says yes first, a Stevens woman. She channeled all of her education, experience, and ambition into a career in international marketing and brand development. Over that career, she's held leadership and executive positions at some of the biggest names in advertising, fashion, technology, and consumer goods. From Young and Rubicon to American Express, Microsoft, Nokia, and today at Philip Morris International, where she is a passionate advocate for the company's new and really exciting commitment to deliver on a vision of a smoke-free future. When she's not working to eliminate tobacco smoke from the world. And I have to tell you, I got to call Jen and talk to her about this project, and it's fascinating. It's amazing. You have to talk to her about it. She focuses her energies on the kind of support and sensitivity reflected in our 10 ideals. She volunteers to protect animal rights, include monitoring of Africa's endangered species through habitat conservation. She works as an ambassador for human rights and as an advocate for social justice, diversity, equity, and inclusion. Her motto, which is great advice for all of us, especially this year, is that life is not a dress rehearsal. She's clearly a role model and an inspiration for all of us, and especially for our students, and is determined to make the most of every moment, every day, and every opportunity. For all Jen has contributed to her profession, her community, and to the global village of which we are all a part. We are so proud to present her with the Stevens College 2020 Alumni Achievement Award. Congratulations, Jen.
President Lynch and Stevens College administration and faculty, fellow Stevens students and alumni, it is an honor and a privilege to be the recipient of this award. Thank you. I'm deeply feeling of gratitude for this award. It is a privilege to be with all of you, so many outstanding and accomplished alumni and students, and I am just delighted. I would love to be there with you in person. We all would. As we said, it's a first for all of us. In fact, my 2010 reunion, I couldn't make either due to the Icelandic ash cloud that stopped flights over the Atlantic, and that it happened again in 2020. So I'm determined as soon as the world opens up to make my way to Stevens College and to see all of you in person, give you hugs and laugh and have a drink or two. I'd like to share a few things with you, if I may, just some reflections over the years, and maybe some of you might take some inspiration from it, but it's something that I just thought I'd like to share. And it's three things really. It's about vision, preparation, and support. And if I think about vision, you know, we think of the most famous probably quote, "I have a dream." And I never really, we all have dreams, but I never knew what it meant to have a dream and live my dream. And I guess about 5 years ago, 2016, I enlisted a coach, and he taught me about the power of a vision board. And he said, look, hold nothing back. What do you really, really want from your life? And that's everything. It can be heart, head, material items, non-material items, but really hold nothing back. What would it be? And so I put that vision board together and I printed it out. And instead of putting it on the wall, like I was instructed to, I promptly forgot about it and put it into a drawer. Flash forward to 2018, so 2 years later, my husband and I were doing a 14-day trek over the Swiss Alps and absolutely loving it, and had spent lots of time in the Swiss mountains. And we looked at one another and we said, if we love it so much, why aren't we living here? We're in London. Why do we have to get on a plane and fly here? Why don't we make this our new home? So that was 2018. And long story short, I spent the next 6 months committed to making Switzerland work. I ended up moving here. We moved here in February of 2019. And I happened to come across that vision board. And lo and behold, what was on that vision board was my ideal working environment. And there was a photograph of a lake with mountains behind it. And that's exactly what I walked into. An office on the shores of Lake Geneva in the city of Lausanne with mountains behind it. And that was after not even looking at the vision board. So the power of envisioning, the power of putting it down, the power of putting that energy out there has really, it's taken however many years to get there, but super powerful for me. Now you might say, well, that's all nice and good, Jen. You lucked out. I don't necessarily believe in luck. I believe that luck favors the prepared. And that's where my second point comes in about preparation. Yes, we decided we wanted to come to Switzerland, and it was whoever got the job first. It wasn't, we didn't come here for the job. We knew we wanted to be in Switzerland, but the job also had to be right. It had to be something that I believed in and something I wanted. And as part of that preparation, I worked on my resume. I told everyone that I knew that this was my goal. Came out, took a week vacation, came out to Geneva, stayed with friends, camped on their couch, spent a week pounding the pavement. And by the way, I did the same thing back in 1993 when I wanted to move to New York City. Spent a week on someone's couch pounding the pavement and ended up with 3 job offers. So I think the preparation is really, really important. Yes, you've got to have the vision, but you've also got to put in the hard work. And that's something that I think Stevens College and my fantastic professors and friends there taught me, is that, yes, it's all well and good, but you don't always get, and even if you do put in the hard work, you may not always get what you want. And as the Rolling Stones say, you might just get what you need. So we moved here to Lausanne 2 years ago, after lots of preparation and work. And the third thing I'd like to show by way of example is support and the power of your network, whether that's a personal or professional network. And I think one of the best things about Stevens College is our power of network, the power of the amazing men and women who graduate our network of staying together, supporting one another. I can pick up the phone, drop an email to anyone who's graduated from Stevens. We are always there for one another. And let's not underestimate that. Yes, we've got LinkedIn these days, but having that common thread, that common experience is not to be underestimated. And I did call on my Stevens Susies during my process, and I have over the years. And I just want to say thank you to all of you that are sitting in that room, that are sitting on campus, and all of my fellow alums for all of your support and all the support that we give to one another. By way of example, I spent, I don't know if the United Nations program is still happening, but in my final year I did the United Nations program. We all went to New York City for a week. And at the time, the president of the New York Alumni Club had all of us round for drinks. And I, as you do, as I was leaving, went up to say thank you and really appreciated her hospitality. And I happened to mention that I was going to be in New York that summer on an internship, and I was looking for a place to live. Did she happen to know of any low-cost accommodation? Because it was an internship that was paying $50 a week. So you can't really pay for accommodation on that. And she looked at me, having not met me before, and said, you know, I'm going to be away all summer. Why don't you just live in my house? You can house sit for me. And I looked at her and I said, oh my, that's incredibly gracious of you. I will get some references. No, I don't need any references. You're a Stevens girl, enough said. So let's not underestimate, and let's build on that trust and that support that we have for one another. And if I think that I take the three notions of vision, preparation, and support, you might even call it heart, head, and help. And the three H's, if you will. And it's been a real motto for me in my life, ensuring that you have your vision, you know in your heart what you want, you work your darndest to make it happen. Sometimes it always doesn't happen as you like. And to that, I want to say that 99% of the time, we all have things that knock us down, the curveball that comes out of left field. And it's not about if you get up, because 99% of us do. It's about how you get up. How do you get back up, dust yourself off, learn from the mistakes or whatever you want to call it, and move on. And it's through those, what I call crucible moments, those really hard things that have happened that have just really knocked me for 10, where I've learned and grown the most. I'd like to leave you, because this is along with my commitment to learning, with 3 books that I also love and have helped me on my journey. And one is, I'm going to just flash it up here, but it's Simon Sinek, Start With Why. So this is about your vision and about if you really stick to what you're about and you start with why, then everything else follows. That's one. The second one, and excuse me for those of you, I am going to say it. I'll go ahead. Why not? It's by Jen Sincero. It's called You Are a Badass: How to Stop Doubting Your Greatness and Start Living an Awesome Life. So more about taking the heart, applying the head. But whenever you need a little bit of inspiration, and I pick this up sometimes when I'm feeling down, and I just pick something up and go, yeah, I'm going to flip the fear. Absolutely. Done. And then last but not least, and sorry, the cover's off. You probably can't see it, but it was written in 1936 by Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. And it sounds a bit ruthless, but what it is it's a great tool that I've used my whole life. Believe it or not, I was very, very shy. And when I first went out to Cambridge, we'd have these 5-course dinners where you'd sit next to these dons and fellows and make conversation. And I was just petrified. And after reading this book, which as you can see is well worn, it taught me that simple things like just asking people questions, and that opens up a conversation. And all you have to say is, oh, well, how do you know so-and-so, or that kind of thing. So I just wanted to share these with you as something that's helped me in my life. So I'm going to close there. I hope to meet you all in person as soon as we can. I hope to get to Texas and see the family first. But for now, as it is 10:30 on a Friday night, I'd like to just once again say thank you for the honor. I'm very humbled, and to toast to my fellow honorees and to all of you, and a wonderful, wonderful reunion weekend. Cheers.
Thank you so much, Jen. We'll be in touch. So I'm actually going to just take this down. They're having a little trouble with hearing me, and I'm fully vaccinated and I'm very socially distant. So now my honor to present the 2020 Jean Clinton Rauschlab Alumni Service Award. As you all know, servant leadership is embedded in our Stevens culture, in our core mission, and in our 10 ideals. At its best, and here at Stevens, servant leadership is what happens when an individual enlists the aid and support of their community to accomplish a task that improves the lives of others. The winner of the winner of the Service Award, 2020 Service Award, is the epitome of a servant leader. Erlene Anderson, the recipient this year, is a servant leader extraordinaire. Is she going to join us? Erlene? It's our first time at this. If you think about what we're doing, we're drawing people in from all over the world. It's amazing. We're just so used to Zoom now, right? It's like, well, where is that person? It's right here. There you are. Erlene is joining us from England. I'm going to talk a little bit about you, Erlene, then you can speak for a few minutes. Erlene came to Stevens from her hometown of Olympia, Washington, after the college was recommended to her by a family friend. I like to think, and I'm pretty sure it's true, that it was everything she hoped it would be. And I will tell you, she has constantly and enthusiastically dedicated herself, talent, time, and treasure to Stevens ever since. She graduated in 1991 after earning a Bachelor of Art in Business Administration and a minor in East Asian Studies. After teaching English in Colombia's Japanese sister city, Matosai Ishikawa-ken, she earned an MBA from the University of Washington with an emphasis in marketing and IT before embarking on a consulting career. She then joined DHL, for which she held a variety of strategy and global customer roles in Seattle, Brussels, and London, where she now resides with her British husband of 10 years. Erlene's a lifelong learner. She earned an MS in Digital Marketing Communications from Manchester Metropolitan University in 2014, and has since worked with a range of corporate, public sector, and nonprofit organizations. I love this part. She's a proud trustee of the Harlow Art Trust, helping look after a nationally significant public sculpture collection near her home. It's a passion project for her, in part because it's connected to Stevens. Everything, all roads lead to Stevens. Jim Shirkey first introduced her to one of the works, Henry Moore's Family Group, that's in the collection during her humanities class here at Stevens. Erlene's lifelong dedication to Stevens has been unwavering, energetic, and very, very, very hands-on. She was co-president of the Seattle Alumni Club in the 90s and is co-chair of the UK and Ireland Stevens Alumni Network today. For those of our students who are thinking, I wonder, maybe I should go abroad, we have a network, Alumni Club in the UK and Ireland, and you are meeting the woman who's in charge of it, sort of, mostly. She's greeted more than 30 Stevens students and alumni in England and Scotland. So she will greet you when you arrive to show you around and welcome you. And she looks forward to meeting more of you when travel resumes. But those assigns were just the warm up for the roll up the sleeves work she has devoted herself over to the last 6 years. In her presence and outside of it, I call her the reunion queen. Well earned. After attending her 25th reunion in 2016, Erlene joined the Alumni Association Board and started a reunion committee. As co-chair for the past 5 years, she has contributed to reunion program updates as well as to this year's transition to a virtual reunion. She has actively identified and engaged milestone class leaders to help strengthen alumni collections with the college. And as her own class president, she has found several missing classmates. Online, she can track you down from as far away as Australia and Italy. Stevens is so grateful for and proud of Erlene's enthusiasm, service, and deep dedication to the college and her alumni. We are so proud to present the 2020 Alumni Service Award to Erlene in recognition of all she has done and continues to do every day, morning till night. I don't think you ever have an experience where you don't somehow find a way to bring it back to Stevens. It's what we hope all of our alumni and all of the members of our community will always do. Just a few of the reasons she so deserves this award: her longstanding service to her class, the Seattle Alumni Club, for representing Stevens in England and Scotland, and apparently Ireland. your admissions volunteerism, the Alumni Association Board, and co-chairing the reunion program for too many reunion cycles to count. Please join me in congratulating, celebrating, and thanking Earlene Anderson for her extraordinary service to Stevens College and for this being the recipient of this high honor in honor of all of that incredible contribution. Thank you, Earlene, and congratulations.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you so much, President Lynch and the college, for this honor. It is humbling and truly appreciated. Serving Stevens has been a wonderful marriage of two themes my whole life: connections and travel. Connections are the start of all relationships, and relationships truly make the world go round. And as past President Obama so eloquently said, travel makes you grow. Whether you travel yourself or meet people from other places. Stevens can be a phenomenal family of connections your whole life wherever you land, no matter what you do, no matter when you do it, and no matter where you do it. Please remember, stay connected to Stevens. Keep your email address up to date, and it is the most economical and fastest communication method there is. And travel makes you grow. Other perspectives will enrich your life forever. Back in 1987, as Diane mentioned, I traveled to Missouri from Washington State. I met my roommate Amy from Texas. I made instant friends with Sheila from Arkansas, Patty from Michigan, and Teresa from Indiana, among many, many others. We all met for the first time in 25 years back on campus at Reunion in 2016. It was a true goosebump moment I will never forget. We remembered several Circe and sorority shenanigans, among many, many other thoughts. Stay connected to Stevens is my advice. Keep your email address up to date, and travel makes you grow. After graduation in 1991, I taught English in Columbia's Japanese sister city and hosted an alum introduced to me by faculty member James Whitehill, if anyone had him. I recently learned she actually created the Crossing the Bridge ceremony as a member of AAB. And I spoke to Frances just last month when she shared some great job advice and connections 28 years after meeting her in Japan for the first time. Stay connected to Stevens. Keep your email address up to date, and travel makes you grow. Next, I settled into Seattle for almost 10 years and made lifelong friends in the Ad Alumni Club. I met a church organist, a miniature pony breeder, a former Stevens pilot, college librarian, and a Nordstrom fashion designer who I had lunch with this week. It's been great. Stay connected to Stevens. Keep your email address up to date. Travel makes you grow. Work took me to Belgium back in 2004 while I was at DHL, and I hosted my classmate Tiffany, and we drove to Paris to meet Lisa and Elizabeth, also from Circe. We remembered Mr. Shirky as we had memorized every single piece of art and artist in the entire humanities book for a test. We knew Seurat, Monet, Da Vinci, and many, many others. It was a fantastic trip. Stay connected to Stevens. Keep your email address up to date. Travel makes you grow. I've now been in the UK since 2006, came across with DHL. My Stevens network has given me friends, helped me find jobs, and taught me a few more new things. I've met a technical writer and theater buddy, a digital sound designer, a prison psychiatrist, a marketing executive who you just met, Jen, a Shakespearean actor, and a beauty queen, all from Stevens College. I am so grateful Elizabeth, Allie, Pamela, Jen, Lauren, and Megan Renee are part of my lifelong Stevens experience, still bringing me new perspectives. stay connected to Stevens, keep your email address up to date, and travel makes you grow. Yes, from time to time, the college will ask for money because tuition alone does not fully fund higher ed operations and growth. There is a gap. But this is not a reason to disconnect. Stevens alumni, you all have manners, know respect, demonstrate grace, and I know you can politely decline giving requests from time to time without fully disconnecting. Staying connected means the college will share good news with you about your classmates, students, faculty, and staff. The college will bring new opportunities just for you, like the Revive travel program shared this morning. How about Alaska, Cuba, Vietnam, and Amsterdam, anyone? The college will invite you to join a Celebrate reunion every year with your sisters and a few good brothers like Dave and Daniel in my class. So I'll say it one last time. Please stay connected to Stevens, keep your email address up to date, and travel makes you grow. You'll be glad you did. I sure am. Thank you again for this honor and opportunity to serve Stevens.
Thank you so much, Elaine. That was awesome. I could not have written the part about your email address up to date. And Gina was going, yes, yes, every time you said it. Thank you so much. We are so proud and so grateful to you as an alum. Okay. I think you're up. We'll be in touch.
That's okay. This is you. Sorry. That's okay. Okay. Good afternoon. Okay. Can you hear me? I think I'm going to take my mask off as well. I'm socially distant and safe. So there we go. Congratulations again to Jen. I'm going to look straight up here at you, and Erlene. Oh my, thank you so much. We're going to be in touch about that. And to all of our alums who are experiencing this for the first time and back to reunion virtually, we miss you so much, and we're so glad that you're here. So again, welcome home, Stevens women. We are here with you today, and it's very exciting. Today, I have the pleasure of presenting the H.E. Wilkerson Award for Service to Stevens College Admissions. This award goes to a member of our community, not a member of the admissions team, for going above and beyond to help with the admissions work that we do here at Stevens. But before we give the award, I'd like to talk a little bit about H.E. Wilkerson. Hardin E. Wilkie Wilkerson is likely remembered as Mr. Wilkerson by some of our alumni joining us virtually today. Alumni Wilkie passed away in 2019 at the age of 100 years. Wilkie was a man for Stevens in every way, including an endowed scholarship. He would be proud to also tell us that he was married for 59 years and proudly served in the Air Force in World War II and in the National Guard and in Korea and Japan during the Korean War. After his service, Wilkie attended Phillips University in Enid, Oklahoma, and received his bachelor's and master's degrees. An avid sports fan and participant, Wilkie played baseball and basketball in college, played semi-pro baseball, and even signed a contract with the Cleveland Indians. Wilkie was also a deacon and elder with the First Christian Church in Columbia and a member of the American Legion and Kiwanis Club for more than 50 years. Stevens College hired Wilkie in 1953, and he worked diligently in the Office of Admissions, recruiting thousands of Susies until he retired his post in 1992, 40 years and 4 decades of service to his beloved Stevens College.
Our alumni would remember the days of Stevens College train rides to campus. Do you remember that? And visits to their homes by Mr. Wilkerson and his staff. Upon his retirement and in his honor, the H.E. Wilkerson Award was created and is bestowed upon an individual who carries on that work in his spirit and service to Stevens. It's very special to give this award. So this year was particularly difficult to identify just one recipient because our community has come together during these COVID times in truly extraordinary ways, each doing a little bit more to help serve the overall mission. I can look around the room and see people that I have called on, that admissions has called on repeatedly this year. And I am literally eyeballing people in the room right now with fewer hands and bigger hearts and determination to help every last person get the job done. But one person came to mind as doing just a little bit more every time. One more idea, one more email, one more follow-up, one more meeting, one more video, and the list goes on and on. So on behalf of the admissions team and Stevens College, really, I am honored to award the H.E. Wilkerson Award to Dean Julia Moffitt. Thank you. And Dr. Laura Nunnally.
Afternoon. Let's see if I can find my spot. First, I want to take a moment to recognize our residential life team, which includes 10 resident advisors, 4 community directors, and 2 graduate assistants. They're listed in your program, so when you see them on campus, please acknowledge them and thank them for the work that they've done over this very challenging time, particularly in the residence halls. I also want to take this time to officially announce our 2021-2022 residential life team. Our new community directors are Lauren Granich, Natalia Harris, and Toriana Harvey. Our new residential advisors are Gracie Call, Emily Borgerding, Shelby Thompson, Cordelia Dallum, Erica Smith, Anna Remar, India Lucas, Shay Evans, Karina Short, and Haley Holt. We have 2 alternates this year, Madeline Hicks and Reagan Griciolano. We're very excited about this team, and they're very excited to be part of our team. So thank you for taking on this leadership role. The Mary Omar Award recognizes a member of the residential life team for their outstanding leadership in residence life. This individual represents Stevens College campus through their leadership, teamwork, and respect for others. This year in particular was challenging for our residential life team, yet they persevered, taking on new and different responsibilities to continue to keep our campus and our residents safe. One individual demonstrated strong leadership by stepping up and taking on a new leadership role without question, managing the building with limited staff, while still building relationships with her own residents. This year, the Mary Omar Award for Outstanding Community Director goes to Morgan Puckett. Congratulations, Morgan. Each year, the Student Leadership Award is given to a Stevens students recognized by their peers as a leader who has contributed to the community life at Stevens through active engagement on campus in a student organization and/or through providing leadership or involvement on campus. According to her peers, the recipient is very creative and always someone you want to be in class with, is very helpful and helps guide you to find the right answers. She's resilient and passionate. She is the director of Creative Inc. and a member of the residential life team. This year recipient of the Student Leadership Award is Parker. Congratulations, Parker. Now I'd like to invite Haley Holt, the Student Government Association Secretary, and Jenny Young, Student Government Association Junior Class Representative, to the podium.
Hello, everybody. My name is Haley Holt. I'm your Stevens College Student Government Secretary. I'm super excited to be here and be doing this. So I'm going to be presenting the Stevens Star Award. The Stevens Star Award goes to a member of our faculty who is extremely dedicated to the advancements of the students here. From remote students to on-campus students, this woman never fails to create the most inspiring and welcoming environment she possibly can. And she will always make you smile and laugh. Congratulations, Shoshone.
Hi, I'm Jenna Young. I'm the junior class representative for student government. And it is my pleasure to award the Century Candle Award. The Century Candle Award goes to someone who has always been there for Stevens students and the whole student body. This woman has been there through thick and thin to support and uplift our students on campus with countless hours of tutoring, scheduling, and emotional support. Did not go unnoticed. Congratulations to Sadie Meyer-Strand.
And up next, Rachel Paul.
Hello, my name is Rachel Paul. I'm the Student Government Association Student Advocate. So this year I am presenting the Michael Bowling Distinguished Teacher Award as well as the Advising Award. The students' responses to who should receive these awards were instrumental in their decision for each recipient, and it allowed their opinions to choose the recipient for both of these awards. The Michael Bowling Distinguished Teaching Award is meant to go to a teacher who exemplifies excellent teaching, understanding, and academic knowledge in order to help students learn. The woman selected for this award is not only academically knowledgeable, understanding, and a great teacher, she is also an excellent equestrian. Congratulations to Sarah Lindy Patel, who is the 2021 recipient of the Michael Bowling Distinguished Teacher Award. The Distinguished Advising Award is intended to go to an advisor who goes above and beyond for their advisees. They're meant to be a role model for other advisors as well as a fantastic resource for their own advisees and students. Congratulations to Dr. Kate Berniking-Kogut, who is the recipient of the Distinguished Advising Award for 2021. I would now like to introduce Ann Murphy, class of 1978, and Stevens College Board of Trustee, who will present the Alumni Association Scholarship Awards.
Good afternoon. Yes, I am not Raja Maples, who is currently our president of, I'll start over. I wasn't sure I was going to get a video. Hi, I'm Ann Murphy. I'm not Raja Maples, who is the current president of the Alumni Association Board, who would love to be here today, but she's on assignment right now covering a very crucial news story, and sorry to miss the event. I was the former chair of AAB, and I'm a current member of the Board of Trustees, and I'm absolutely delighted to step in for her. This has been I've loved being part of this. I also am here representing the 30,000 strong alumni, I would say across the United States, but after today, I'd say across the world. Today, I have the great honor in awarding scholarships and to announce the student commencement speaker for the class of 2021. The Alumni Association Scholarship represents the highest honor the Alumni Association can bestow upon a current Stevens student. This year, there were over 40 applications, and each was truly outstanding. The committee was deeply moved and impressed with how these women represent the 10 ideals of Stevens College, and only wish we could give scholarships to everyone who applied. It was incredibly difficult to narrow down the list to just 3 of our students. And so the recipients of the Stevens College Alumni Association Scholarship are: the scholarship for the rising sophomore goes to Allison Ansley. The scholarship, the Alumni Association Board Scholarship for the Rising Junior goes to Natalie Collins. And the Alumni Association Board Scholarship for the Rising Senior goes to Devin Dow. So I want to congratulate Allison and Natalie and Devin. Absolutely great job. Kudos next year. And great. I look forward to you representing Stevens well when you become alumni. I also would have the great honor of the tradition of the Alumni Association, who gets to read and also watches the dress rehearsals from students who wish to be the student speaker at the commencement. These are always colorful and insightful and tear-provoking, remembering our days on campus. So thank you to the women who competed for the honor of addressing your class commencement. And I'm absolutely delighted to soon call her a fellow Stevens alumna. But for today, I'm proud to announce that Lexi Holder as a student speaker for the 2021 commencement exercise. Congratulations, Lexi Holder.
I think it's me again. Hi, everyone. The Stevens Scholars Program is our college's campus-wide honors program. For the benefit of the alumni who are watching us remotely, it's the successor to the Searcy and Prunty House Plan program that's been growing and evolving for more than 70 years. I have the honor of presenting two endowed scholarships to members of the Stevens Scholars today. They are the Dorothy Martin and James Shirkey Endowed Scholarships. And an endowed scholarship means these were two long-serving and beloved faculty members here at Stevens. And when they retired, their grateful students and former students and colleagues raised money to create a scholarship in each of their names. I didn't have the honor of knowing Dorothy Martin. I did have the great pleasure of working with James Shirkey 22 years ago, something like that. I was just beginning at Stevens teaching part-time when Jim Shirkey was in his retirement year. And some of you alums know all about him. He was a remarkable educator and a real gentleman. He had a baby grand piano in his classroom on the first floor in Dudley, and he would play Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata, which really added to the ambiance very much. Jim taught in the humanities program. When I came in and started, I was in a way kind of taking over for him when he retired. So I met people all year and they would say, "Oh, you're the one who's replacing Jim Shirkey." And they could not hide the disappointment in their eyes when they looked at me. Anyway, we have two outstanding students to award today. The Dorothy Martin Endowed Scholarship is for a rising sophomore, a second-year student, and the James Shirkey is for a rising senior. The winner of the Dorothy Martin Endowed Scholarship for this year is Karina Short. And the winner of the James Shirkey Endowed Scholarship, Sydney Harrison. And now I get to introduce another outstanding student, Rajay Henderson, class of 22.
I'm gonna take my mask off. Okay. So my name is Rajay Henderson. I am a junior studying human development with an emphasis in psychology and a minor in women's studies. And I am the president of Black Women Enlightened, which is a organization on campus that highlights Black women and just to allow us to be the women that we are every day comfortably. So today I'm presenting one of my closest friends with the scholarship that she has won over like 2 years in a row, Alasia Taylor. She is a junior, also studying integrated marketing and communications. She's an amazing dancer. She is also an entrepreneur who has a brand called Kingdom Chatter, which is to share the gospel of Jesus Christ. I don't know if y'all know about that, but yeah, she shares that. And I just want to say, thank you for just allowing me to be here and giving her this amazing award. Oh, Diane Lynch.
You got it. You're good. Thank you. Okay. That's wonderful. Okay. So for nearly a century, the 10 ideals have been a sacred and unique tradition at Stevens College, one that sets it apart from any other learning community in the world. The 10 ideals are our heart and soul, the values and principles we aspire to live by. At Stevens, those values and principles are more than the words carved in the sidewalk, although they're carved in the sidewalk, or posters in our classrooms or elevators, although the 10 do put up posters that say, "We're watching you," or rhetoric in our curriculum catalog, although I do hope that prospective students whose parents perhaps take the time to read the catalog see that there are principles and values that we hold dear. Here at Stevens on campus, our 10 ideals are out and about among us, in our dining rooms, in our classrooms, and in our residence halls. The 10 ideals remind us every day in ways large and small that each of us has the 10 ideals within us, and that we can make them real in our own lives and in the lives of those around us every day. As you know, throughout the year, even during COVID-19, the 10 ideals meet in secret, and this year, secretly Zoom. And anonymously, they select and celebrate the exceptional students, faculty, and staff on our campus who in their minds and hearts best reflect the 10 ideals. They met regularly this year to plan and create the banners that have been on display over in Columbia Foyer. And when the banner was painted and ready to go, they climb out of bed at 4 o'clock in the morning and they come over to the president's house and they get the banner and they wake up Ella and Rosie, right? And they're like, shh, even in the rain and the cold and the sleet, just like the post office. And they bring the banner, their artwork, over to Columbia Foyer. So when you get there in the morning, 10 very special people in our community are celebrated. It is an enormous service to our community, to our culture, to our campus, and to all of us. And they do it because they're the 10. Every year, the 10 decides how they want to reveal themselves. It's a big moment and for our community as a whole. And it usually happens now. It usually happens in Honors Convocation. And they have done all kinds of things. One year they had a big snake. It's amazing what they do. I'm always amazes them. It's always their moment. And this year, of course, just like everything else about this year, is a little bit different. And they're going to do it a little bit differently. And I'm going to let them tell you all about themselves. Over there. Yeah, no, they're not coming in here. No. You right there.
Hello, Stevens College. We are the 10, a secret group of 10 seniors chosen to represent the college's 10 ideals. Respect, courage, independence, support, sensitivity, responsibility, belief, creativity, intelligence, and leadership. Historically, Our identities have been revealed at Honors Convocation, but this year we are starting a new tradition. Join us on April 30th around the fire pit for our reveal. We can't wait to see you. In the meantime, would you like some hints about who we are? We know you love to guess. Check out our Instagram at the 10 Ideals for clues. We've been watching you all year. So far, we've recognized 80 incredible people. Today during Convocation, we have the honor to award 2 more, for Best Private Citizen and for Full Girl. For the Best Private Citizen Award, we have chosen a senior who is the embodiment of dedication. She puts herself into everything she does, wholeheartedly. Whether she's working diligently in a classroom, playing softball, or managing an entire residential building on her own, this woman holds it all together. She is a genuine Stevens woman. This year's Best Private Citizen Award goes to Morgan Puckett. The For Full Girl Award is given to a senior who encompasses all of the 10 ideals. We were all surprised to find out this year's nominee wasn't in the 10. She holds herself with dignity, poise, and her energy lights up a room. She's exceptional at everything she does. As a leader on campus in Stevens' life and residential life, we admire her tenacity and control of her room. She also has the best fits on campus. This year's For Full Girl Award goes to Leanne Barnett. Congratulations to both of our nominees. The 10CU. Thank you for bringing your light to the Stevens community. We look forward to seeing you on April 30th. Until then, we'll be watching.
All right. Okay. Nicely done, 10, wherever you are. And Morgan and Leanne stopped by the president's office on Monday. The 10 wanted to give you flowers. They couldn't because they're anonymous. So I will. So please stop by on Monday and we will have those for you. Okay. And everybody else, mark your calendar. The 30th of April at the fire pit. It's going to be great. Okay. Back to our awards. As I said, we're doubly blessed. And I'm doubly honored this year to welcome, celebrate, and thank 4 of our amazing alum. Award winners for 2020, you've had the pleasure to hear from, and the award winners for 2021. It's my true pleasure and delight to announce our 2021 Alumni Achievement Award is Maddie Carolyn Hall. Maddie is a former television journalist, a lifelong civil rights activist, an inspirational speaker, and a truly passionate witness to the power of faith. I'm going to call her Maddie. Carol. Maddie earned an Associate of Arts degree in 1967 and stayed to earn a Bachelor of Arts in Fashion Design in 1969. She also pursued graduate studies at Columbia University in New York City. In addition to her fashion and retailing classes at Stevens, Maddie chose to take several Black Studies classes at the University of Missouri. They enriched her education in ways that truly inspired her activism, her lifelong activism, which started here at Stevens. She and other Stevens Black students began meeting informally and eventually formed a Black Student Union. When Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated on April 4th, 1968, Maddie flew to Atlanta with a fellow classmate and fellow BSU member. There they volunteered at the Southern Christian Leadership Conference headquarters, helping mourners find housing with Atlanta families who had opened their homes. Witnessing this outpouring of love and kindness during this time of tragedy, anger, and grief helped restore my faith and belief in Dr. King's beloved community, she says. Her participation in that beloved community began during her childhood in her native Kirkwood, a suburb of St. Louis, where she vividly remembers the 1954 court-ordered integration that began in the US. She was sent from all-Black Turner School to integrate the all-white Robinson School. After graduating from Stevens, she moved to New York City, where she entered Columbia University's Graduate School of Journalism summer program, which was established in response to the Kerner Commission's Commission on Civil Disorder after the assassination of Dr. King. The program's purpose was to address and help remedy the nationwide lack of reporters of color in the nation's newsrooms. She began her career in television news as a reporter and anchor in Memphis, Tennessee, where she reported stories on desegregation, trials, busing, and the aftermath and recovery from the death of Dr. King. Subsequent moves took her to New York City, then to Washington, D.C., all to different television stations. WJLA, Channel 7, ABC TV, WTAE, Channel 4, ABC TV, Good Morning Pittsburgh, in Pittsburgh, and finally to LA, where she was on Newscope, KABC TV. Over the years, she's been active in many churches, participated in school career days, held memberships in the NAACP, the Panel of American Women, the Links Inc., National Association of Black Journalists, City Press Clubs, Bread for the World, the League of Allied Arts. There's more. Museum of African American Art in LA, the NAWBO in LA, Leadership California, and Bennett College, Stevens College, UCLA Anderson, and the Dartmouth Tuck School of Business Alumni Associations. This is another Stevens woman who says yes. For more than 50 years, she has been an active supporter of Stevens College as a member of local alumni groups in the cities where she's lived and as a member of the Alumni Association Award. She resides in Los Angeles, and this is her talking, but make no mistake, she's from a real place with real people. She's actively engaged in private practice and spending time with her husband of 30 years, Cliff Holliday, their daughter and stepdaughter and stepson. And she's with us, I know she is, and she is one of the most inspiring, amazing, extraordinary, powerful advocates for social justice and diversity, equity, and inclusion you will ever meet. I can't wait for her to join us. Are you there, Maddie?
I'm here.
You're here. There you are. Yay. Wonderful.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for that introduction. I bring you greetings from Los Angeles, California, and specifically, I'm in an old LA neighborhood called Lafayette Square. It's the lovely home of a dear friend, Debbie Beavers, and her son, my godson, is an outstanding director. And so he has been helping me make this the best presentation I can on such a wonderful occasion. And so thank you and hello, everyone. I must begin by sharing that this past Sunday was Resurrection Sunday. And for COVID safety, the worship service was from our cars on the parking lot at the Congregational Church of Christian Fellowship. After the wonderful sermon by my pastor, Reverend James K. McKnight, I remained in my car, reflecting on how could I truly say thank you to my dear alma mater, Stevens College. I wanted to do so succinctly and yet share something of enrichment and hopefully of encouragement to others. It also occurred to me that this year's Resurrection Sunday was also the 58th anniversary of the assassination, the tragic assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Both have significance for me. I realized my thanks to Stevens had to begin with, first of all, thanking God for great parents, Reverend William E. and Maddie Fawcett Hall, brothers Bill and Henry, my husband Cliff, daughter Jasmine, stepchildren Carol and Nate, and other family members. Because of God's grace, His grace, I have been blessed and greatly favored throughout my life. My parents taught me early to love God and love one another. It was also my parents who introduced me to Dr. King during his visit and speech at Lane Tabernacle Baptist Church in St. Louis. It was then I heard about and fully embraced his concept of beloved community. As you mentioned, growing up in Kirkwood, Missouri, what I consider the real world, yes, I was among the first students to integrate the schools and thought it perfectly normal to have classmates and friends of different backgrounds. When I went off to Bennett College, my dear mother's beloved alma mater, It was wonderful, but I chose to study fashion design and retailing rather than home economics. Thus, I transferred to Stevens College, but remained in touch with some of my, to this day, dear Bennett classmates, Drusilla Pittman, Thelma Spurgeon, and Joyce Hilliard Clark. Please know, I truly, truly loved attending Stevens College, my classes, but most of all, the cultural diversity of the students. I shared and learned so much in the dorms, other activities, and in the classroom, especially from professors Myra Hoyle and in fashion, and Dr. Mel Davidson in humanities. It was at Stevens I also got my first taste of activism by helping establish, as you mentioned, the Black Student Union to enrich the cultural diversity on the campus. And fortunately, it was embraced by the administration and the students. It was also at Stevens where I made some very dear lifelong friends: Carol Dove, Joyce McClure, Charlotte Holtzerman, and Stephanie Keith. After graduation, yes, I launched a fashion career in New York. However, I missed having time to stay more current and aware and involved with civil rights and other events in my world. So I went back to school, Columbia University, to study journalism. Yes, as you mentioned also, this began a nearly 20-year journalism career that took me to Memphis, Tennessee, back to New York City, then on to Washington, D.C., Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and then Los Angeles. All these cities had culturally diverse populations that I cannot tell you how much I enjoyed that. And I was privileged to find and report stories that highlighted fantastic people facing both challenges and successes in building beloved communities. In each city, there are so many wonderful people I remember. And to all of them, I say thank you. Now, shortly after moving to Los Angeles, a truly culturally diverse city, oh, it's just wonderful, I chose to become, however, an entrepreneur. But here again, I needed to go back to school, this time UCLA Anderson School of Management, and at Dartmouth, the Tuck School of Business. Therefore, I recommend becoming a lifelong learner. Today, Carol Hall & Associates helps clients advance cultural diversity in the marketplace, workforce, and audience, especially for the arts. It's my way of continuing to help build a beloved community. And on this lifelong journey, I have got to thank some dear sister friends: Denise Richardson, Brenda Otis, Felicia Kessel Crawley, Teresa Crippen. See, I knew I might forget somebody, but I'm not. Berlinda Jamerson, Ruth Boots Jordan, and Daphne Brown. I add my congratulations to all Stevens College graduates, today's honorees, and all who are watching. Let's continue building a beloved community. And to President Lynch, oh my goodness, to President Lynch, who made that call to me and asked if I would accept the award. To President Lynch and all of Stevens, please know I am humbled, grateful, and honored to become the recipient of this achievement award. Thank you, and God bless each of you.
Thank you so much, Carol. That was lovely. As we know.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll be in touch.
Yes.
Yes, we will. Thank you. My conversation with Carol was one of the most inspiring conversations I've had since I can remember. It was remarkable. And so finally, last but certainly not least, and besides it's always good to give this amazing Stevens woman the last word, is our 2021 Alumni Service Award, which goes to Diane Campbell Share. She with us? Diane earned a Bachelor of Fine Art and Fashion Design from Stevens College in 1971, as well as a Bachelor of General Studies in Accounting from the University of Missouri, St. Louis in 77. She later obtained her CPA and worked for a Big 8 firm as an officer in a regional bank corporation. She began her wealth management practice in 1986 and founded her own firm in 2003, where she worked until she retired in 2019. She maintains her professional credentials and memberships while considering her next adventure. Anybody who knows Diane also knows that she too is a servant leader in every sense of the word. She's always been and continues to be a highly visible, always active, and insistently productive volunteer in organizations and causes ranging from the American Association of University Women, Horizon St. Louis and Kirkwood, KWMU Public Radio St. Louis, Leadership St. Louis, Leading Ladies, the Repertory Theater of St. Louis, and the Women's Foundation, Greater St. Louis. She shares not just her time and talent, but her treasure by providing financial support for numerous arts, education, historic, social, legal justice, and women's issues organizations. And for Stevens College as class president for 30 years, think about that, as well as a member of the Alumnae Association Board and certainly incredible amount of effort and contribution. She is one of the two co-chairs of the reunion committee for the past 5 years, along with Erlene Anderson. Diane's commitment, service, and dedication to Stevens, her fellow students and alumni, in addition to countless community and civic organizations, is truly exemplary. You know, you can't experience Diane without walking away having signed up for something. You shouldn't say hello to her when you see her. True, so true. It's like, don't make eye contact. For leading a life of service, I am proud to award Diane Scher the Jean Climpton Rochlaub Alumni Service Award for 2021. Congratulations, Diane, and welcome.
Thank you, President Lynch, for that very generous introduction. Minor correction that I did make in a later draft that I didn't get to you. There was at least one other class president, Libby Taylor Reed, in there when I missed a reunion, and she handled things wonderfully in the 90s.
Remind you of that, right?
And she's been a great help and has won a service award before for Stevens. So I stand on her shoulders in many ways. I have to start by congratulating all the students and other alumni being honored here today. May you all have continued success. Next, I'd like to ask all the alums in attendance, are you enjoying reunion so far? I hope that's a resounding yes. And if so, great. That's truly all the reward I need for what has been a labor of love. Although I'm accepting this award, I'm mindful that it's also a tribute to others. The class of 71 committee, 14 classmates and friends, many of whom have worked on previous reunions and have served Stevens in many other ways over the past 50 years. To our other classmates who have provided us inspiration to remember and reconnect with their stories and their willingness to expand our efforts beyond our reach to nearly 600 folks with 60 registered for reunion. Always a numbers person. To the Alumni Association Board, giving all alums a voice and a chance to share our talents and experience. And to my dear friend, Erlene, for sharing the challenges, the frustrations, and the laughter and the successes that come with anything worth doing. And if you get to London, as she would say, ring her up, you'll be glad you did. As I was preparing for today, I was looking back and thinking about not only my years of service in many capacities, but also my Stevens quote education that has meant so much to me. Prior to college, I already had a history of some service in my church, the Girl Scouts, a wide range of high school activities and more. So despite the taunts of some about taking underwater basket weaving at that all-girls school, I couldn't wait to leave and start a new independent adventure, like so many of you. While at Stevens, two of my many joys were in my service in the Student Government Association and as a resident student assistant. Although I never worked in fashion, my Stevens education has informed my journey over the last 50 years in many ways. It created a hunger and a curiosity for world travel, the arts, theater, film, and books. I truly believe and hope the last moment of my education will be immediately followed by my last breath. I was inspired to have the courage to fight for a greater good, for justice, and for fairness. Stevens encouraged me, and often in the absence of mentors, that experience gave me the self-reliance and trust in my own counsel. I have found passion and joy in presenting and changing the world with protest, whether it was at the Mizzou Quadrangle, when the Missouri Guard showed up, when we were protesting the Vietnam War, or when I was marching in Washington, D.C. on January 21st, 2017. Stevens also instilled the confidence to take risks, especially in business. Confidence to talk my way into temp gigs despite mediocre typing skills and because of my math aptitude. Confidence when a boss didn't want to share revenues to reward my inside sales efforts because I was just his assistant. So I created a new path as a CPA, which only years earlier, my female high school counselor advised girls don't do that. Yes, I relate to the film we discussed yesterday. Confidence when I went to Wall Street in my suit and hat, just like we did in personal appearance class, if you remember, shared my company's story and my region's story with the likes of Peter Lynch at Fidelity Magellan, the largest mutual fund in the world then and for many years. And confidence when I took a great leap of faith in myself into a new field, which offered the synergy and satisfaction of combining my professional experience and service to individuals and families as clients, but had no guarantee of success or even income. I did manage to do that work for 35 years. All the while, I was faced with the indignities and obstacles inherent in these male-dominated fields in which I chose to succeed. And Stevens' experience allowed me to handle them with wit and humor, honed in our classrooms, our dorms, the fashion department, and gathering places all over campus. Stevens helped me accept personal failings and defeats, to learn from them and rise again. It helped me enjoy true satisfaction and pride in my service, which has often been in organizations, as Diane mentioned, providing protection of victims of domestic abuse, promoting women's health and reproductive rights, and working toward equity and economic independence for women. Because of Stevens, I took up golf just 30 years after being encouraged to do so in PE. And while I will never be the good golfer our coach thought I might be, it has provided a great respite and taking me to many beautiful places. I have relished the strength in friendships and the company of women I shared time with at Stevens and others who remind me of Stevens women. And of late, I've been realizing the pleasure of sharing, mentoring, connecting, and convening. The arc of my story and my experience at Stevens is not unique or remarkable, but it is different than some because I attended Stevens on a scholarship, supplemented by campus jobs. All I have shared today is rooted in the generosity of others. I made myself a promise then to pay back my debt to the college, how and when I could. That promise has led to this moment. What I hope to inspire in all of you today is sharing your considerable talents and treasure in whatever capacity and to whatever extent you can in service to our alma mater early and often. So recruit, mentor, champion, and donate. It is up to us to guarantee the future of this wonderful institution that has remained true to its mission and excelled when so many others have failed. So in closing, the question is, would I have succeeded without my Stevens education? Excuse my emotion. Yes, I'm sure I would, but I'm also sure my story would not have been the same. I'm absolutely delighted to receive this honor. It validates the importance of my education, as well as my service and giving back to my community. Thank you.
Thank you, Diane. As always, a woman of grace. We're grateful. Okay. As we close our honors convocation for 2021, I would like to ask that we take a moment to be thankful, each of us in our own way, that we are together, that we have almost weathered the storm, that we are looking to go together to a future rich in possibility and shaped forever by what we have learned over the past year about the power of our community. You know, I ask that we pause for just a minute in silence to remember those who were lost to us during the pandemic, in honor of their memories and in support of their loved ones. Thank you. And finally, really, truly finally, I ask as we leave this celebration of what amazing Stevens students can do, here they are, even in the face of unprecedented challenge, that we remember that we are Stevens. We are, all of us, we are Stevens. I often say, I spoke to the Chamber of Commerce this morning and I talked about Stevens students, and I said that we educate our students to be strong, articulate, ambitious, outspoken, intelligent, and stubborn. And I think that's one of the reasons we've been here since 1833. I also always say, many of you have heard me say, that the sun just keeps coming up on Stevens College. And it has for 188 years. And when I look at our students, and when I consider what you all and they all have accomplished this year, with such patience and humor and frustration, and yes, I'm sure anger and resilience and grace, I'm absolutely sure that the sun is going to keep coming up on this little college for another 188 years. I'm grateful to be a part of it, and events like today remind me that it's a great gift to all of us and to each of us to participate in what is truly an extraordinary community, campus, and place where we all become a little bit better, if not every day, pretty close. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful to all of you. I'm grateful to our alumni, and I'm particularly grateful to our students. They remind us every day what we're capable of. And it's a good thing to remember. So please now join me in singing. Our alumni sing. I don't know if you know that. There's this rich tradition of singing at Stevens College. And in reunion, usually, we have an event in the evening where we usually give out the awards, and our alumni sit next to each other, stand next to each other, and they sing and they rock, and they sing and they rock. And I sing and rock, but I was one of those people that my second grade teacher told me, Diane, just move your lips, just move your mouth, right? I don't care. I still sing. So I'm going to ask that we join the Stevens hymn. It's on the back of your program, and I can't see you all everywhere, but I know if you're singing. Let's all sing together the Stevens hymn, led by Sophie Sarnacki. Here's Sophie. Please join me in welcoming Sophie to the You do it.
All right.
Let's do this.
until today will praise thy name through night and ideals will exalt and fear dear Stevens be held to thee. Treasuring memories ever dear, singing your praise for everyone to hear. Living ideals for all the world to see, and dear Stevens be
Thank you all so much for coming. And thank you all so much for being with us.